Welcome to the Regina Show, where we empower others to succeed along their journey. Today, we have a very dynamic guest. Robyn Williams is the president and founder of the nonprofit organization Women Supporting Women, and she's here to tell us about all of the wonderful things that she's doing in the city of Detroit. Thank you so much for joining us, Robyn.
Thank you for having me, Regina. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, we're happy to have you because you're doing so many positive things in the Detroit community. Tell us a little bit about the nonprofit organization, Women Supporting Women.
Basically, it's to enlighten and empower women with resources in the areas of educational advancement, financial security, holistic fitness, and political awareness. Too many times as women, we wear hats, so many hats, that we lose sight of ourselves. So Women Supporting Women is to help us regain that so that we can really make a powerful difference.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Well, how did you get started? How did you develop the nonprofit?
Well, I remember one day I was in my classroom teaching, and my son was born, and I was so overwhelmed. I told my students, if your mother is doing this by herself, you really need to help her and appreciate it because this is not an easy job. Little did I know that I would get divorced and have to do it myself. And a friend stepped in and started helping me when I needed support. And I said, if we're overwhelmed, both of us were doing it by ourselves. We had been divorced. I said, if we're overwhelmed, there's so many people who must be overwhelmed too. So that day we were sitting at the kitchen table and we said, as soon as we can, we would try to help others. We would try to give back.
Okay, wonderful. So the nonprofit organization was created from the life experiences of raising children by yourself. That's wonderful. Would you say that that it's difficult when you, or more difficult when you know that you're going to raise a child or children by yourself, or if a circumstance change just happened unexpectedly?
Well, I can't really compare, but I will say that I always talked about being divorced and having to do it by yourself as at first you were in a car and then you had to get back on the bus. That's a little different than riding the bus the whole time. So I always use that correlation to try to share, how I felt about it. You get that experience of driving that car and then you have to get back on the bus. That's not a good feeling.
That's a great analogy, and actually you answered the question in a way that I think others can understand. So thank you for doing such a great job with your answer. So tell me, what are some of the services that you offer people through your nonprofit organization?
Well, right now we're connecting resources from the city of Detroit. That's our main goal. There's so many people who are trying to make a difference, but we're not connected. So we're trying to connect those resources so that we can be more powerful. We have a publication called Puzzle Pieces, and we always look at it as separately we're pieces of a puzzle, but together we're very impactful. And as women, if we don't fulfill our full potential or rise to our full potential, we can't really contribute as a puzzle piece because we're not walking in what we need to walk in yet.
Wow, well said, well said. So what are some of the pieces to the puzzle that that enables women to empower? And this is the purpose of the show, is to empower some of the pieces that you feel are needed in a woman's life so she can live the best possible life.
Well, first of all, as women, we have to be able to trust each other again so that we can work together because isolated, we can't really fulfill who we are really called to be anyway. And then if we're lacking in some area, especially with the holistic fitness, which is the spiritual, emotional, and physical component, we're not feeling good about ourselves. We can't really rise to the occasion either. And if we're raising children, our children are going to suffer also. So we have a Restoration Through Love raffle, where we help single mothers during back to school time and during the winter season. We give out $50 gift cards to as many as we can. We also partner with an East Side and a West Side school, Marcus Garvey Academy and Burton International Academy. So we try to bring in parenting classes. We try to do Pamper Me events just so that we can meet the needs of women, to make women feel empowered to do what they need to do.
Wow, that's so wonderful. You said restoration through love, and you mentioned that women need to trust women again, and I really do feel that there has been a barrier between women. The trust factor is lacking. So that's wonderful. You're tackling the problem versus the symptoms of the problem. So congratulations for all that you're doing, especially with the Pamper Me events, that women do need to pamper themselves and take care of themselves first. That's so wonderful. So tell us about the fundraiser that you have taking place.
Okay, we have a luncheon that takes place on March 28th. It's a Saturday at Biblos Banquet Center. Basically, we're talking about the different components of puzzle pieces, which I mentioned before: our educational advancement, uh, financial fitness, political awareness, and holistic fitness. And we're just talking about those areas to connect resources. People are coming to talk to the people who attend the event, to connect their resources, to let you know what's out there, to address, say, if you have to go back to school, if you need some counseling, if you need parenting classes, whatever's needed that's already out there. We just want to connect the dots. We have giveaways. We have wonderful speakers. Latanya Garrett, who's a Michigan State representative, is going to be joining us. We have Chiara Clayton. We have some educators. So we're really excited about
Okay.
putting on this event.
Wonderful. And if someone wants to get tickets or make a donation, how can they do that?
They can go to our website, which is wswnonprofit.org, or they can give us a call at 586-580-1723, and we'll reach out to them and meet them or do whatever's necessary to make sure that they take part in this event.
Okay. And if someone wants to volunteer and help out, how would you suggest they volunteer?
Or on our website, we have all of that information, so they can fill in that information and we'll reach out and we'll connect them to the right place based on what their area of expertise is.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Well, you're already doing so much, and you're creating a wonderful platform for other events. How would you like to be remembered? Your legacy?
Well, I like to be remembered as making a powerful impact, especially in the Black community. When we're in place, when everybody's fulfilling their roles, we can be very powerful and more positive about each other. So that means we can have pride in the things that we do, and our children will continue that legacy. It's very important that the children see that so that they can continue that and have pride in themselves and love themselves. If we don't show that now, we lose it.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, Robyn Williams. You're such an inspiration, and we know that you're going to continue to do wonderful things. And we thank our viewers for watching. I received a couple of comments here on our live stream, so we thank you so much for watching. And remember, be loving, be kind, be enlightened.
Thank you for having me, Regina Rains.